Hello, I'm Dr. Tom Drake, and today I would like to talk with you about the consequences of sleep deprivation. Over 40% of Americans are sleep deprived, some by choice and others because of some health condition like obstructive sleep apnea. The sleep experts say that the average adult needs between 7 and 8 hours of sleep per night to be fully rested. And of course, children require more than that. One of the curious things about sleep deprivation is that the more sleep deprived a person is, the more they tend to underestimate the severity of their sleep deprivation. So that's kind of like the drunk driver who thinks they're perfectly able to operate a vehicle. I'm going to be giving you 10 health issues that occur to one degree or another with people that are sleep deprived. And of course, the more sleep deprived a person is, then the more significant and the greater number of these consequences are going to happen. The first consequence is an increase in blood pressure. 37% of the people who have high blood pressure also have some kind of sleep issue. The second consequence is an increased risk of heart attack and stroke. Studies have shown that with 5 or less hours of sleep a night, that increases a person's chance of a heart attack or stroke by 45%. That's significant. The third consequence is an increased risk of diabetes. Again, with 5 or less hours of sleep, there's a 2.5 times greater risk of getting diabetes. The fourth consequence is obesity and weight gain. Because the appetite hormones are produced during sleep, lack of sleep will cause an imbalance in those hormones, and thus overeating is common. Consequence 5 is an increase in stress hormones. So this is going to lead to like chronic fatigue and other symptoms that we're talking about in this presentation. The sixth consequence is that sleep deprivation has is a decrease in thyroid and growth hormone. So of course, growth hormone is going to be critical for children, but it means for adults that they're going to have a loss of energy and lowered cellular repair with these two hormones diminished. The seventh consequence of being sleep deprived is a suppression of a person's immune system. So in other words, lack of sleep equals getting sick easier. The eighth consequence is especially for older people. And it's been shown that sleep deprivation increases the chances of falling by 2 to 4 times due to the sense of balance being affected. The last two consequences affect all sleep deprived people, and they are serious. Number 9 is a lowered quality of life. And this has such broad consequences that we could spend hours talking about it. But basically, a sleep-deprived person is going to be operating on less energy and less mental capacity, which is going to affect their work, their play, their relationships with others, and it just goes on and on. The 10th consequence that I'm going to talk with you about is that lack of sleep actually has been shown to lead to an earlier death. Less than 6 hours of sleep a night has been shown to result in 15 to 30% greater chance of dying from any cause. I'm sorry to have to give you this bad news, but I'm doing it because I want you to evaluate your sleep habits and make sure that you're getting enough sleep. Because if you are sleep deprived, then bad things are going to happen whether you realize it or not. And a good night's sleep is going to increase your quality of life and the length of your life. I hope this has been helpful. This is another episode of Sleep Talk with Dr. Tom. Thanks for listening.